Hi guys, it is Tuesday the 31st of March 2020. Lord have mercy, it's finally the last day of March. This month has felt like an eternity. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Yeah, insane. It's about 10 minutes to 9 p.m. I had my dinner, my one meal a day, about, I want to say, an hour ago, half an hour ago. I am not the best cook. I honestly don't cook often, and I've been trying to learn to do basic stuff in the past couple of weeks of being in quarantine. Like, I'm really lucky. I was telling my dad earlier, I was like, Lord have mercy, I'm incredibly lucky that I got to quarantine with my family in a way, because if I was somewhere on my own right now, if I was living somewhere on my own, who knows what I would have done. I would have been stuck in terms of, like, I mean, I'm sure I would have found ways to survive, but you know, it's good to at least have help. You know, at least I'm living with people that know how to cook, because they can help me. If I was somewhere on my own, or like living on my own somewhere and I had to be quarantined, I would just have to then rely on like YouTube tutorials, which again, I'm not saying it's impossible to do that, but it's just nice to have people in the house that can cook and help me out with things. My mom's been cooking a lot, bless her. It's not the coronavirus, although you never can be sure. I could have it, who knows. I hope not. I've been in quarantine for the past 3 weeks nearly, so hopefully I don't. But yeah, so yeah, it's good that I'm trying to learn to do stuff. I'm still very basic, so I honestly today I just put some chicken and some fries in the oven and roasted them more or less, and that was it. And it was alright, like it tasted alright, but because I'm so bad at doing anything, even the most basic things like that, it just didn't taste as nice as like when my mum would have done it. Like if my mum had done the exact same thing that I did, which is a very simple thing, just putting some stuff in the oven and that's kind of it, more or less, it would have tasted better if she'd done it than the way I did it. I don't know. It's just like practice, you know. I don't do it enough. I haven't done it enough in my life, and it's one of those things that legit does come with practice. So I'm looking forward to getting a little bit better at cooking things in the next however many weeks we're in this situation. Apart from that, it's been a very unproductive day again. I woke up really late. My sleeping pattern is a mess right now. I think a couple of days ago I just didn't sleep all night for some weird reason. I don't know why. And then I literally, like, I was still awake at like 10 a.m. because I hadn't really slept all night. So at 10 a.m. my parents went, like, and my mum and dad and my brother, they were in the kitchen having breakfast, and I just went and sat with them. Didn't eat anything because I only eat one meal a day, so I just sat with them as they ate their breakfast, and I just kind of rolled with them a little bit. And then after that is when I finally went to sleep. This was a couple of days ago, and since then it's been a bit of a mental situation in terms of my sleeping pattern. It's just mad, and I'm trying to sort it out. It's not worked yet so far, though, as you can tell. I feel like, because I woke up really late today again, I put my alarm for like 11. I didn't go to sleep until about 8 a.m. and then I thought maybe if I wake up at 11 or midday, that would only give me about 3-4 hours of sleep, and hopefully then I'll end up being tired tonight to sleep. But then I set my alarm for 11, and then I just didn't wake up. I kind of went back to sleep until about 3 p.m. So I'm probably not going to be able to sleep again tonight because I'm not tired. And oh man, the mess in my room, guys. And the fact that I'm not doing anything isn't helping either. It's like this really weird situation because I'm not going out. I'm not moving enough. Like, oh my god, I can't even. It's just such a bizarre situation, guys. I know the government in the UK has allowed people to go on walks. I find that to be, I think it's stupid that the government, like, I think it's stupid that the guy, what's his name, Boris Johnson, actually said to people, you're allowed to have one daily exercise, like, outing a day. Because then this means that people that don't normally go on walks are now going on walks. Like, honestly, I feel like it's counterproductive. I feel like it's made parks and areas more crowded than they normally are, because people that, like I said, normally would never have gone for a walk, because now it's their only way of going out the house. Like, it's their only it's the only way that they'd be allowed to leave their houses. They're now going on walks. I just don't know if that's a good idea or not, you know? I don't know. Anyway, so, and also, like I said, living with my mum, especially, who has asthma and has a lot of bad conditions in terms of, like, she's probably going to struggle a lot if she gets the virus. I want to do everything I can to protect her. I don't want to get the virus and somehow bring it in. So I haven't really gone on a walk yet in the past 2.5 weeks. Like, even though the government allows it, I just haven't done it yet. I don't know, I feel scared. My mum would prefer it if I didn't. I mean, she's not going to stop me. Like, if I went, she would just have to accept it. But I think she's scared, and I'm a little bit scared as well, because the nearest park to me is like a park that is quite, I mean, I live in London, and it's like a, I don't want to say it's a famous park, but it's a park that normally would have people in it. So like, it's not like I live in the middle of nowhere where like I can more or less be sure that there's going to be no one outside. I actually genuinely think, and I think I was telling my mum about it, and she thinks I should probably do that as well if I do want to go for a walk. I think it might be more safe for me to just walk around our flat, like as in outside our building. I live in a flat, but just kind of walk in the streets of London rather than actually go to a park. Because from what I've seen the couple of times that I've kind of been out with my dad's car, in my dad's car, obviously I've been inside the car, but just from what I've seen in the streets of London, the streets of London, generally speaking, around my house anyway, in my area, look very quiet. There aren't very many people walking around in the streets, but obviously I've not been into a park yet, so yeah, maybe it's just more safe to do it in the streets, to not be near people. I don't know. Anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is, because I'm not getting enough exercise or enough walking or enough movement, that stuff definitely not helping either, in terms of it's not like helping me get tired, because I've gone from like being pretty physically active every day to just like sitting around the house. And I do stuff in the house, but it's not enough to like warrant me to feel tired by the end of the day. It's really weird, guys. It's so weird. It's funny as well, because obviously I normally wear an Apple Watch, and I haven't worn it for the past, I want to say, week or so. It ran out of battery about 10 days ago, and I think since then I've not even bothered charging it, so it's just chilling somewhere, because I don't see a point. And it's hilarious, because I was talking to my friend Sam on House Party a few days ago, I think I mentioned it, and I was telling her about it because she also has an Apple Watch, and I was like, yeah, like, look, I've not even been wearing that, and she said she hasn't worn hers for a while either. And I've got a couple of other friends on my Apple Watch like app as well, and when I go on the app these days, no one's got their watches on. It's so weird. Like, you obviously in normal day, in normal life, everyone's got their watches on, and you can see everyone's circles and how much exercise they've done and how many steps they've made, but like, it seems like people are just not even bothering wearing their Apple Watches anymore. It's just like a small thing, but it's hilarious how these things can like change so suddenly with something like this. You can see I'm in a better mood today. I don't know why. I do know why. I just watched the Backstreet Boys, basically, a boy band that you might know. They're literally a massive part of my childhood. They bring back so many memories from when I was a child, and both for me and my brother, and I think they're literally like a soundtrack to my childhood. I love them. I just saw a video that was posted, and I think basically, I don't know how they did it, I don't know who edited it, they obviously must have done it themselves, or one of their team members did it, but they basically sang I Want It That Way in quarantine. So they each kind of recorded their parts in their own houses and put it together in like a nice edited video, and it was just heartwarming to see. And like, you could see Kevin's children in the video. It was honestly just really heartwarming. I love them anyway. I love their songs, and it's just so interesting to see kind of, it's weird to see celebrities, obviously they're in the same boat as us, and like, they're all trying their best to make happy things and make creative things and make people happy and make people smile. And I got really emotional watching it. It was beautiful. I showed it to my dad, he loved it. I'm still waiting to show it to my brother. He's currently on the phone to his girlfriend, but I can't wait to show it to him. He's gonna love it. It was just beautiful. Things like that. It's nice that people are, like I said, still trying and they're doing their best. It gives you hope when you see things like that, because it's like, look, this it's not the end of the world. People are still finding ways to make the world a better place with little things like that. I think yesterday as well, I saw a video of Gary Barlow from Take That has basically been doing like these like live sessions, I think, on his social media pages, and every day I think he kind of does a little collaboration with a different singer. And yesterday he did one with Shane from Westlife, Shane Filan, and I love Shane. You guys, if you watch my main channel, he's the guy in the beginning of my videos. He's like, hi, Shane here, you're watching Sound for God. And it was beautiful. Like, it wasn't like I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best cover, I think, because they did it live over like Skype or something, whereas the Backstreet Boys version, they filmed it properly with their cameras and stuff, and they put it together. Like, it wasn't filmed live. They sang live, but they didn't film it live. It was like more nicely edited and more nicely produced, I guess. But it was still beautiful to kind of see Shane and oh my god, my cough, my voice, Shane and Gary do that. Yeah, been speaking to my friend Frankie a bit as well today. We send each other video messages. That's been fun. I've been learning a bit through that. I think it's just, I don't know. Oh yeah, let me tell you something interesting. So last night, or maybe in the early hours of this morning, because I was up very late, or like I was up until about 8 a.m. today, I was watching this video interview with like a specialist coronavirus doctor in South Korea, so a South Korean doctor. It just came on my recommendations on YouTube, and I was just like, why not watch it, you know? Because South Korea seem to be doing really well in terms of containing the virus as best as possible. They've been applauded all over the world for how, like, their methods of like trying to deal with this, because they've done it a different way to most of the other countries in the world, and they seem to be succeeding, you know. These days they hardly ever have any like extreme new numbers of people infected, and their death rate is very low, or their death numbers are very low compared to the rest of the world. And considering South Korea got the virus first, much before anyone in Europe or in America, because they're obviously much closer to China where it all started, it's insane how like well they're doing. So I was just very intrigued to see what this doctor was saying, and it had a lot of views, and a lot of people were saying good things about it in the comments. So I was like, I'm gonna watch it. Obviously it was in South Korean, so I had to just read the subtitles, and it was good. It was like very informative. I really liked how the doctor was explaining things. It was a lot less patronizing than doctors seem to explain things here in the Western world. Like if there was a Western doctor, someone in America or in Europe trying to explain that, they would have just, I don't know, I feel like the tone would have felt so much more patronizing. But this guy, this South Korean doctor, was just telling it as it was, you know, explaining things, but not in a patronizing way. He was very calm. I really liked his character from what I could tell. Obviously I can't understand South Korean, but just from his mannerisms and stuff. So yeah, I felt like I learned a lot, and he was like saying there'll be 3 options. Like he sees 3 ways of this ending eventually, and it was interesting to kind of see what he thinks of it. Sorry for the pause, my mom just came into the room to remind me of my dad's birthday. I think my dad's birthday is tomorrow, but she was saying maybe we can do something small for him tonight, like just with a little biscuit and a candle, because it's not like we can go out to get cake. Anyway, so I was watching this obviously this video with this South Korean doctor, and he was giving like 3 options of like how he thinks is going to end, blah blah blah. And you know, he was like, well, yeah, one of the options would be like the vaccine and etc. It was just interesting to kind of see his theories and his thoughts on this. But it also made me sad, because this guy is like a doctor, and he's a professional, and he's like meant to be one of the best people and most knowledgeable people about this coronavirus situation, and even he couldn't give an answer as to when this is going to end. Like, they asked him in the interview, and he was like, I can't tell you, like, I don't know when this is going to end, it could take a long time. And I was like, you are my last hope. Why would you do this to me? I thought you would give me an answer. I'm only joking. Like, I obviously knew he wouldn't be able to give me an answer, but it was just so interesting that even like, it's a weird situation, because no one knows. Like, nobody knows. Anyway, I'm gonna go and see if we can celebrate my dad's birthday in a tiny way tonight. Maybe. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I've been talking for a while. I guess I'll speak to you tomorrow. Another day here in Sam for God's room. Honestly, we're very lucky to be alive, guys. It's not even the end. It's not bad. It's not too bad. Life is alright. It's okay if we're all going a bit crazy, because I definitely am going a bit crazy, but things could be much worse. See you tomorrow.